What is going on, guys? Today I've got a Football Manager 2018 video for you guys. If you're going to enjoy it and want to see more like this, more experiments, don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the video, and if you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. So as you can tell by the title, we are doing an experiment with Unai Emery as Arsenal manager. Obviously, new Arsenal manager for the upcoming Premier League season, replacing Arsene Wenger. It's a weird feeling not seeing Arsene Wenger as the manager of Arsenal. I had a very long career with them, successful career over the course, obviously towards the end. Maybe not as good, but you can't forget the great work he's done. Coming from a Manchester United supporter myself, you have to respect what he's achieved. But anyway, yeah, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to see how he does for Arsenal. We're going to simulate. We're going to go on holiday throughout and see the transfers he makes for the club, which is very interesting. Like, I would want to see that, and you guys, the two things is the success and actually what players he'll bring in, which players he'll let go of. And yeah, I'm pretty interested to see that. So hopefully you guys will be in the same boat. But like I said, if you want to see more like this, leave suggestions in the comments of what teams and what managers I should do. They don't have to be a manager that has been recently signed by a club for the upcoming season, but if there is some, yeah, let me know that the ones that we'd like to see. But also, I'm using a data update that I'll leave a link in the description for you to download. It's got all the recent updates from a week ago. It was released about a week ago. So, yeah, you can check that out in the description. You can see Wolves are there. There's Cardiff. There's Fulham. All back in the Premier League. So, yeah, we're going to simulate to the end of the transfer window. So, we're a few matches into the season, see how they're looking. But yeah, just to see what moves he'll make. The only thing that won't be correct is, obviously, I'm starting the save. Yeah, like the start of the season just gone. But yeah, that's the only thing. But let's see how he does. So here's the summer transfer window roundup. No Arsenal action here, so interested to see what is done. There's Azpilicueta to Barcelona for 40.5 million. Mertens to Man City. Daily Blind to Everton. So let's check out, yeah, what's Arsenal done. So the start to the season is not looking very good. There's 2 draws. That's to Liverpool, Everton, away. Okay, both away games. Start to the season, can still come back from that. And the loss is at home against Huddersfield. Oh, Emery, you've not gotten off to a good start. So let's see if you've made any moves. Okay, Mbia brought in on a free transfer. That is not a bad move. He's a solid enough player. We'll just have his attribute analysis so you can see that. But yeah, signing him on a free, that's a good move. You can't fault that signing. But then, yeah, no players sold. No players gone out there, only loans. And taking a look at the tactics, he seems like he's going with that 4-3-2-1 or a 4-3-3 type. So now we'll get into the end of January. I'll go on holiday to the end of January here, and yeah, hopefully we'll see some improvements, or his job could be on the line already, and there's not massive injuries. There's Monreal, he'll recover from that in a few weeks, but yeah, he's the only missing one. Should be able to deal with that. So yeah, see how they go for the rest of the first half of the season. Okay, will you look at this? Arsenal now have pushed up into 7th. I honestly was worrying that he was going to get sacked or something, that was sitting like mid-table, even lower mid-table. Just take a look at their recent results. We'll do that. We'll go to the schedule and take a look at this. Look at this improvement. Only from Cardiff to Huddersfield there, the only loss was against Everton at home. They probably should have won that as well. That would have been good. But yeah, I thought how it was going before then, it wasn't looking very good. But if we go back, take a look into the squad, there's a lot of injuries. So they're doing better when they start to get injuries, or they may have come recently, not sure. But yeah, hey, hopefully, because I want this to be a successful video. I want it to be a longer one. Maybe I can go through a couple seasons at least. So yeah, let's see how they go towards the end of January. Emery, I want him to make some moves. I want him to make some interesting signings. We'll just have to see. Because again, if you go to the transfer history, yeah, that's still the same. But in terms of transfer news, there's Emiliano Martinez. You can see he's going to transfer. So yeah, he'll be finally leaving the club after being there since 2010. But yeah, let's see how they'll be looking come the end of January, start of Feb. So here you can see now they're sitting in ninth, so couldn't really push on, which maybe wasn't a surprise judging off the injuries they had. So we'll go into see the transfers now. And as you can see, there's a few moves. If we take a look at the ones going out, we just saw it by the fee because you know there was none before January. You can see Joel Campbell going out to Basel there. Martinez talked about Carl Jenkinson as well. So let's take a look at the guys coming in. Okay, they brought in this guy, never heard of him before, a goalkeeper. He doesn't look outstanding, but his aerial reach looks pretty decent. Did he perform well from Hajduk in Croatia? So, because he was playing well. Can he step up in Premier League level? Not sure. He's listed as a hot prospect, so hopefully he's a guy with potential. So that's the thing. Yeah, I don't have a report on him, obviously. But yeah, it will be interesting to see how good he develops. He's good, solid attributes. But yeah, have to see how he develops. He wouldn't be an instant impact. So Lucas Torreira from Sampdoria. Obviously, he's that defensive mid, central mid type. He's played one game. His debut was pretty decent. Assist got a 7.7 rating. Hey, not too bad. And he's only 21. Another guy. So it's the same kind of fit of the Arsenal signings, though. Those younger players. But hey, still first team, though. So he was signed for 22.5 million up front. Then Bas Dost, you can see 22 million potential. His fee could go up to 30.5 from Sporting. You know, he is experienced striker. His quality, he's got that quality attribute. Very good finisher. Especially with the pens. You got a good pen taker. Yeah, some very high mentals though. Like he can be, I feel in my experience, he can be really, really good. Or if you don't have the right tactics with him and players around him, yeah, he just doesn't click with the squad. But he can be fantastic. If you go to the history, you see his season there with Sporting. Yeah, no doubt he dominates a league like that. So can he come and do it in the Prem? We'll find out. And then Emerson signed from Chelsea, who signed him from Roma. Didn't really do too much. So Arsenal, what were you really like? What was the motive? What was the motive in signing him? And you can see, well, he's come in, played games. Maybe they needed a left back. We'll take a look. Do they still have injuries? Okay, no. Not really, unless Monreal just came back. But either way, you can see Bas Dost, he arrived and he's injured. Ramsey, 2 weeks away, Bellerin 4 weeks away. So you had a bit of trouble with injuries since they started to improve, which was a bit, I wouldn't say annoying, not for me annoying, but yeah, there was good hopes that they were improving throughout the season. But I'm going to simulate the rest of the season now and see where they end up and see how they go. FA Cup, they're still in the FA Cup, Europa League. Come on, Arsenal, you got to go all the way. You got to go all the way when you're in the Europa League. Go ahead and win it. And maybe to save his job, to save Emery's job, because not having the greatest season. And I want to see him survive the first season here. Come on. Anytime I've done these, the manager doesn't do so well for whatever reason. I don't know why, because, yeah, I'm not having anything involved in it. It's just because I want these to be, like, good, longer videos where I do for a few seasons. But, yeah, the managers, they don't do well. So now, at the end of May, you can see Arsenal. There's Emery there. His job status is insecure, so we don't know if he's going to make it the next season or not. Well, there you go. Finished 6th. There, gives it away. But, yeah, improved. Halfway through the season, or where I showed you last in 9th. Injuries struck, and he was able to... It's not what Arsenal fans want. And I'm not sure if he can see some improvement, but you need to give the manager more than one season. He needs to bring in his own players. You can already see the correct moves. Transfer listing Danny Welbeck. What did he do in this season? Not too much, but to be fair, didn't really give him a lot of chances. But yeah, one good move there. And yeah, we just have to see what he is going to do. I'd like to think, and this is a problem in football as well. Sometimes new managers don't get much of a chance when that first season they don't do as well. So we'll try and simulate into the next season, progress to next season, but we're just going to have to see if he keeps his job. I just want to show you more, maybe some of the goals, most goals. Aubameyang had a great season and assists. Ozil, 10? Not too bad, and search by the average ratings, Aubameyang was the best player. Koscielny, solid centre-back. He's getting a bit older, though, 32. Dost, still injured. He might have those injury problems, but yeah, to give you an idea of the performances of the players throughout the season, I definitely want to see him get an off season so he can get rid of players he doesn't want proper, and yeah, let's see how we go. Okay, I've continued a few weeks here. Nice to see Jens Lehmann gets a chance as a manager of Portsmouth. That's really cool just to see that. See how he'll go there, but see if he can maybe take Portsmouth to new heights, or old heights, technically, get him back to the Premier League. So, see, Emery, his contract he's given is 2021 to the end of that season, 2021 season, so he hasn't been sacked yet at the end of the season, so that's good. I just wanted to simulate a few weeks, and I'd like to see him be given another chance. But he's insecure. He's insecure, so yeah, he's still not there 100% for sure. And there's Klopp as well. There could be so many changes going on, and that's even with a 5th finish for Liverpool. That's not too bad for Liverpool. He should stay in the job. So guys, again, continued a little bit more. He's gone. Emery's gone from the insecure jobs, so we can do a second season here. This is what I really want to see. And if he doesn't improve the second season, hey, you've got your own chances to make your own moves now. Well, sure, he could have done that in the first season, but just joining, you know what I mean? Got a proper off-season and pre-season. Come on, you got to do something now. The money situation is fine. They're rich. And the job status is stable. So, yeah, I really want to see him make some good moves. And see, if you go to the Arsenal profile page, the overview, you can see the season budget is 166 million. Remaining budget, 139 mil. Has he done anything with that yet? It's the remaining budget. See, already, he's bought Calvin Stengs. Who's this? Okay, another young player. I'm like, okay, this is some Arsene Wenger stuff now. And he keeps bringing in these young lads, about that around 21 and 19 as well. Still, but that's why for 19, this guy is a good player, but he needs some lads to make an impact that's gonna do real well. Sure, maybe he just sees a big transfer budget, and he's gonna use that on some big players. Hopefully, we'll see it. So, guys, now I've simulated to the 1st September 2018. Arsenal sitting top, obviously, quite a few teams still yet to play their 3rd game of the season, but it's a better start than last year, that's for sure. Now, if we check out any transfer moves, so there's no transfer activity there, at least, and okay, they've only brought in Josh Grant, who's another young player, and I'm not really sure if he's going to be that good without knowing his potential as well, obviously coming from Chelsea, but yeah, it's like, I know it's only a free signing, so sure, and sold Danny Welbeck, so they got that done at least. So they've brought through players since the start of last season, so that's all we can judge off. Just search by the positions there. As a whole, there's a couple unhappy. Wants to leave for continental football. They're not in a good situation though. It's going to be very interesting to see how it will be managed by Emery here. There's very key players, especially in attack. Aren't they happy enough with Europa League? Again, it's I can understand from the player's point of view maybe, but give the manager a chance. Go ahead. I kind of forgot about it last season. How did they go in the Europa League? Ugh. AC Milan, maybe that was a bit tough, but still only make it to the 2nd knockout round. Nothing too special, but the end of the season, that form, and they lost extra time for the FA Cup final, so things were coming along really, really well for them towards the end of the season. So I won't be surprised Emery brings them to some success this season. Once more, I shall simulate to the end of January to see their success, or if there will be a successful season up until that point anyway, and if they'll make any moves in January. If, Emery will bring in some more players, but the squad seems, pretty big. Or big enough, at least. I think it's enough for them for a top 4 finish, and if they really gel together really well, maybe they could stay and win the Premier League this season, going off that late form last season. More of that and they could. And here we are, start of Feb, so January transfer window has ended. Arsenal in 4th, and clearly as well, if you can see the difference with Tottenham, same games played. Oh, but Chelsea's only played 22, so if they win the couple in hand, they got to watch out. But at how it is currently, they're sitting comfortable in 4th, looking to get back in the Champions League. Man United just running away with it at the moment, but still not over. Man City wants to win their next game as well. But let's see if Emery, has he brought anyone in January for Arsenal? Let's find out. But I'll just sort by the date here so you can see the ones that's gone out as Callum Chambers, Carl Jenkinson. Saw him before, didn't we? But he's moved on. Arsenal, they only brought one guy in, and that was on the deadline. Think this guy will be still a younger type, or he's 22. Centre back, okay. Analyze his attributes, he could be alright, because that's a big signing still. But I feel they'll have a decent amount left. They've still, what's this? It says remaining budget 140 mil. Oh man, I guess he doesn't want to waste it, but you've got the money there to utilize. Surely bring in someone that's first team, that's world class. I don't think they have really done that yet. In the save, Bas Dost is up there, but that's about it in terms of really, really good. But you take a look how Torreira's coming along, 22 now. Pretty strong attributes. You won't see him scoring a lot of goals. Finishing's only 8 as that defensive midfield type, but hey, he's doing all right. 4th in the Premier League. So that's going to be it for the signings for this season. Are they going to be able to hold on? And we'll take a look at the schedule as well. FA Cup still in. Europa League, they lost in the EFL Cup quarterfinal. EFL Cup is not that huge, but I reckon this season, I think Europa League, they've got to go ahead and win it. Regardless of their Premier League finish. But either way, we're going to find out. Let's sim to the rest of the season now, to the end. And guys, here we are, end of the season. Arsenal finish 4th, so they are back in the Champions League. Hopefully that's going to allow some interest from better players to want to join. And maybe you'll see those big signings in the following season. We're not sure. But we're going to just check out the rest of the matches, the rest of the competitions, how they fared. Lost against PSG there in the second leg, but they managed to win on away goals, so those goals were important they got there. And how about that? Winning on penalties in the Europa League final, so they would have qualified for the Champions League through that regardless. So that's pretty strong. That's pretty strong performance by Arsenal in the European competition they were in there, winning on penalties. So they're the Europa League holders. Champions League for next season, though, will be very interesting to see how they fare. And unfortunately lost against Liverpool there in the FA Cup semi-final. So I think, finishing top 4, winning Europa League, that's pretty solid. Pretty solid within 2 seasons there. And finished top 4, so like I said, through winning the Europa League, but also top 4 through both ways, qualifying for the Champions League for the following season. So, Emery, he's done all right. I think his first 2 seasons. If you want me to do a part 2 to this, if you want to see some more, because if you keep going, it'll be a very long video, let me know if you would like to see a part 2. We'll see the response on the video. Make sure you leave a thumbs up, leave a comment of what you thought as well, and I'll catch you guys next time.